Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Come on out, 1965, them boys were called upon. Some fist-fighting cowboys in them jungles of Vietnam. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Yeah, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double-cross me. 19 years old, doing the bidding for Uncle Sam. Desert boots strapped on my feet, machine gun in my head. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Come on now. Across my fist, 800 more, and I'm gonna pluck one in your chest. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Don't you never. I'm a mean motherfucker, so don't you never double cross me.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
On my fucking microphone stand.
All right, well, we're live. Hey, everybody, we're back. Welcome to the Smoke Pit.
Oh my God, you didn't warn me!
I told you we had like 10 seconds, and then said we got 5 seconds,
No,
and you're
I'm
like,
talking about your face!
oh, yeah, hi, that's my face.
You didn't warn me! You have to give people warnings when you make a change like that!
I was scratching my face on your microphone stand or some shit. I don't fucking know what you're talking.
Oh my God! Look at you, all clean shaven. He's like a baby radar. Oh, I'm sorry. Guys. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm sorry. He freaked me out.
Yeah, most people haven't seen this face in a long time.
Oh,
I
no,
wasn't entirely. I honestly, I think I've shaved since my wife and I have been married, but only like once. I don't.
Wow.
So I'll break it down and then I'll tell you why I shaved my face.
Okay, break it down.
Okay.
I'll try and overcome the shock.
All right. Yeah, because you can't see when I do the
No, I didn't.
You
see
just
your
saw
face
the
before.
banner, yeah.
Yeah.
So well, okay, so I got the job growing weed, right?
Yes.
And I got the job as it's called the IPM technician. I'm the pest manager.
Yes, pest manager.
Yep.
Okay.
So I have to spray like stuff, right? Antifungals, and today I just sprayed like a fertilizer. But I have to wear a respirator. And having a beard and a respirator doesn't really play too well.
Oh.
So
are you giving the Army proof that people should not have facial hair? What is up with this camera? It's losing its mind on my hat.
it's the shitty advice. He said, who the hell is that and where's radar, right? Oh, Dick thinks I'm pretty. But no,
you are so pretty.
Yes.
You took like 10 years off your life. Easy.
I know.
By shaving that beard.
I know, I miss it. But and then so I was going through it and like and there's a lot. I mean, you could have like a short beard with the mask, right?
Yeah.
With the respirators we have, and like my boss there, he's got a shorter beard. And it will seal and it'll do fine. But I also like when you're like working with the plants and when you're like in the trim room and stuff, you have to wear a beard. Mm-hmm. If you have a beard, you have to wear the
cover thing.
Yeah.
The little
because nobody wants to get
a
pre-roll with beard hair in it. You know what I mean? So Heath can't see any comments. Why can't you see any comments, buddy? Because we can see yours. Do you need to like is there like an update to Facebook or something? Maybe you need to update your Facebook.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He said instead of a little arrowy thing, he was getting a weird little smiley face or something.
Dick said, I've seen this radar as long as he didn't use Nair to do it. No, dude, I did not use Nair. I used clippers and a brazier. Nair is horrible. That smell is horrible. I will never do Nair again. Dick Naired me one night.
Dick. Oh, y'all are wild and crazy, you two.
Oh, that thing was, he like Naired, like my whole chest and back and like everything waist up they Naired me.
Oh,
and
ouch.
I got like chemical burn and it smelled horrible. And my whole chest was like the same color as your hat. Yeah, they had to go buy new towels. You can't see the comments either, Dawn. Huh. That's so weird. They're coming up through Restream and stuff, so I don't know. Let me see.
See, I've got YouTube pulled up. Oh, all my groceries are being delivered.
Oh.
And so now the dogs are involved because they heard it.
Let me look. I don't like doing this on the thing, but I'll look and see if it's. Yeah, it's showing the comments in the. It's showing the comments in the thing. Yeah, they're all in the thing in the chat.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I did have to update Facebook earlier the other day, and now he can see. Huh, that's so weird. Huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can see him. Oh, I should turn that off.
Oh, okay. So Josh, it says, how is the speech coming up before you say this? Like my phone is predicting what you're saying, or is it scripted? Well, there's an automatic captions.
Auto-generated.
Yep. And also there's like a little bit of a delay between what comes when we speak and what comes to you. If that makes sense. There's like a 30-second-ish delay or so. Just by the way it works. Yep. So it takes a minute to catch up. But anyway, fuck yeah, dude. So I got my face back. I got my weed job, which is so cool. Really, actually, totally enjoy the weed job. So if anybody gets a chance to go work with marijuana, it's actually a pretty neat process. So
yeah, you get to exercise.
Yeah, I got to exercise plants today. I didn't realize that's what it was called. I thought I had to go like take them for a walk or something, but I actually had to like screw them through a net or just weave them through these nets. But yeah, it was really neat. So it's a pretty cool process. Yeah. So
you're learning like all about chemicals and things and whatnot.
Yes. Well, and it's so okay. So I've learned a few things about potheads in my time. And two things I've learned, right? One, if you want to see like real life engineering happen, you give a pothead weed and no way to smoke it. You want to see some fucking ingenious shit. You know what I mean? You give them an eighth and no way to smoke it, and they will fucking figure some shit out.
We're talking like old school Coke cans with holes.
Coke cans or fucking apples or fucking all kinds of fucking shit. Rich says your dogs are annoying.
They are very fucking annoying. And no one is here with me today. Usually I have my son and my grandson in the other part of the house. And so they keep the animals quiet. Unfortunately, everyone bailed on me tonight. I'm home alone. And so these little jerkwads, yeah. One of them's trying to climb out the window. And the other one is over here just waiting for a new noise so that it can bark.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Huh.
They weigh like 5 pounds. They're tiny
know.
little yappy little Yorkies.
Yep.
Yeah. But they're assholes and they're very annoying. And I'm sorry.
Get with Radar. What he's growing at work will calm them down a bit, right? Yes. Actually, we don't. Well, so we have a semi-outdoor grow. We don't have buildings. We have tents. They're like big greenhouses, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're like 120-foot long greenhouses.
Very cool.
And and which is cool. And so we, I don't know. It's kind of, you have to like you don't have to, but like things grow better if they have, better the right humidity and temperature fluctuations and light and all that stuff. Yeah. But anyway, so we have to you have like different, it takes like 80 to 100 days depending on the strain, right? So we have 3 tents that are growing at any one time. So right now we don't have any bud. Well, we have some that are just flowering out, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't have any that are like ready to harvest right now. But we have some. We have different rooms. Like we have they're basically Connex boxes. They are Connex boxes that are like spray foamed and shit. So people work in them. Like we've got some from the last harvest. People are trimming and stuff. We do everything right on site. So they trim, they jar, they do all the stuff right on site. It's actually really neat. Like I said, I didn't realize how much of a process it is. Right? Because I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything with it. And it was, oh my God. So Monday, right? I had to do like the onboarding process, right? And it's all virtual because they're all fucking way younger than I am, right? Yeah. And so they're like, we're gonna do introductions. And so just, And this company is multi-state, right? Almost every state that has medical marijuana in it, they work in, and they're out of Kansas City. And so they're going through and they're going through like they're like, okay, to introduce, say where you're from, say your name, where you're from, and what's your favorite strain. And I'm like,
And you went,
I like, and they got to me. I'm like, I was like, your weed. And the guy looks at me. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'll smoke the shit out of your weed. And he's like, everyone laughed about it and they left me alone. But yeah.
that's funny.
What?
That's okay. Don't feel bad. I would not know what a strain is either.
Let's see. Dick said, don't eat the brownies. You know what? I'm kind of fat. He said, I'm having a granddaughter in September and he just found out about it.
Yay! You're going to be a grandpa.
I know.
Now,
It's
is this
fucking
the first
awesome.
one? This the first grandchild?
I don't know.
We'll have to wait.
I think
see what
so.
it says.
And
I
Patrick
think so,
said,
too.
Patrick's like, have they figured out LED grow lights to get the proper wavelength, or do they still use those other bulbs that produce a lot of heat? We use the heat bulbs because we get cold here and they want the free heat off of them. A lot of indoor grows have figured out LEDs and they get better wavelength stuff than what we have. So, and we have we have 2 tents, right? We have like the outside tent and then it's his first one. That's awesome. Congratulations, buddy.
Yay. Oh, congratulations.
But then we have like a roll up blackout thing. So we can get like during the day, we use natural sunlight in there, which is better for the plants. And then at night they use the bulbs and it, it keeps heat in and stuff and it works out pretty good.
Don't do it.
It's kind of
I got
shitty.
a 20-pound cat that's over here trying to get on my keyboard.
Dick said,
Don't do it.
Dick said, don't take advice from TZ. Heard her advice is kind of crappy. It's only if you pay the $1 do you get the shitty advice. What's going on, Jeremy?
Right?
Thanks for being here,
Cost
buddy.
you a book. Hey, Dick, I have a cup for you.
Dick cup.
It's a Dick cup.
Boy, they're just going crazy again. They just do not like you being on the radio tonight.
They heard something. Someone, I don't know. They hear. I could have breathed wrong.
Right.
I don't know.
It's probably the cup.
I'm pointing at them and they don't seem to care. Harrison, get over here. Yeah, they're a mess. I feel bad that they have to be
All right.
stuck in here with me, but otherwise.
Patrick has a question for you.
Okay.
Well, he said you're near Killeen, right? I'm going out to be out there in April for the eclipse. If I want to get a proper first Buc-ee's experience, do I go to the one near Temple or the one near Fort Worth?
Nowadays, I say go to the one by Temple.
Okay.
I like the one by Temple. The one by Fort Worth is nice, but I think the one by Temple is maintained better, and I think they get shipments in, and they're more like the one in here in New Braunfels, and it's really nice. So yeah, I say go to the.
Okay. What about the one up? The one up in Oh, poor Dick. He said it's a tourist gas station. They're all the same. I said what I said. You know what? You're not wrong.
No, he's not. Because I get obsessed with the Wawa when I go on the East Coast.
Yep, absolutely.
So it is what it is, but it's an experience. And if
is.
you're going to experience it, the least you can do is go to a good one.
Right.
And
because there's differences in the merchandise that they carry, and there's differences in, the size and kind of quality of the location too. You know what I mean? Like the one I went to in Denton is actually one of the smaller ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's and it was nice. It was fine. It was clean. Getting hit by a bus is an experience. Yeah, well, it's maybe not a good experience. No. But I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's fun to go in and kind of it's whatever. I can see.
If you've never been.
Yep.
And you're gonna be in the area of one. Why not try it? Why not check it out?
Yeah.
Then you can mark that off your list of weird, shitty, touristy stuff that you did.
Yep.
Although I enjoy the Buc-ee's in other towns. I don't like to go to the one here in New Braunfels unless I have a purpose. Like I'm searching out for a cup for somebody.
Yeah.
But that's just because I live here and it's right there and it's very annoying. But when I'm a tourist, I'm cool doing that.
Yeah. That's just it. And you know what? And I'll get behind that 100% because I live in a very touristy area. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And often, honestly, some of the most fun I've had at those things is when people from other places come here and I get to like experience it through them.
Yeah,
right?
Sometimes that's cool.
I live an hour from Mount Rushmore. Okay. I go there like once a year and I fucking like don't even stop at Mount Rushmore. Right.
See, and I'm like, oh, let's go to Mount Rushmore.
Exactly. I a couple years ago, it's been a long time. I'd love
to go again.
It might be 10 years ago now. I had a friend of mine come up. My friend Ashley, she's from Fort Worth, Texas, and she came up with her daughter, and because she would want to take a vacation with her kid, 100%. And she's like, "Can you take me to do this and do this and do this?" Absolutely. And she's like on the internet looking at all these cool places. I'm like, "Yep, I'll take you wherever you want to go." I took like a week off work and I took her around and I played like tour guide for her. She stayed with me. She's one of my best friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And taking them to do stuff like stuff that I normally wouldn't do with my own kids because it's kind of boring and kind of stupid. And like, why would I want to? Well, they had like an 1880 train, right? It's an old steam locomotive. It goes like 10 miles and then you turn around and you go 10 miles back to the same track, right? And
that's not cool, but tourists.
But when I watched it through her eyes and how excited she was and her daughter, and because it's for here, going through the hills is no big deal. I do it on my mountain bike or my feet all the time. I drive through the mountains all the time. It's not a big deal to me. But
nobody sees that in Texas.
Yes, exactly. And to see it through her eyes, it was just amazing. Yeah, Dick, you're right. I'm surprised she talks to us still. You're right. But she is pretty awesome. Yep. Patrick said Wind Cave was cool to 8-year-old me. And you know what it is? It's so cool to like, it's not cool to me because you take it for granted. The stuff that's around you take it for granted. Right? Like you with Buc-ee's, right? The one that's just down the street, like, fuck it, this is dumb as shit. I want to go to fucking
the
Buc-ee's.
river. I don't care about floating the river. It's right there in my backyard. I don't give a shit. But everybody else thinks it's cool because they aren't from here. I'd rather go to the beach or go to the mountains or go somewhere else.
Exactly.
But that's how it is when you live in a tourist town. And I literally live in a tourist town. Like the major events that happen in the city are all based off of tourists.
Yep.
And money that we get from tourists because we have the Worst Fest, which is just like Oktoberfest. Then we have one of the largest county fairs. And then all summer long, well, starting in March, all the way through, I don't know, when school starts in September, probably, we have the rivers and Schlitterbahn, because Schlitterbahn's here.
Schlitterbahn's fucking pretty cool. I like Schlitterbahn. I went. I had fun. But I could totally see though. I was in my early 20s. But here's the deal.
I think the last time I went, I was probably in my 30s.
Yep.
But my kid was a lifeguard there, so.
Yeah, it's not like you want to get a season pass and go every fucking day.
No, but a lot of the people who live in this town do.
Yeah, there ain't shit. I would get my kids. I would take my kids there. You know what I mean? Somewhere like that. Yeah, and it's same with here. Same, we have a little water park here in town, right? Yeah. And it's like, they got a couple 3 slides and like a lazy river and like a couple kids areas, and the kids have a blast. And it's like $100. It's like $100 for the whole, because it's part of the rec center, and the kids have rec center passes, right? And because rec center pass is like $35 a year, so it's like $100 for their swim pass, and they spend like because they're like 12 and 10. You know what I mean? Of course, they're going to spend every day at the water park with their buddies. They're tall enough. They're tall enough to like ride all the slides and shit, right? And it's close enough. It's only like 3-4 blocks away. They can ride their bike. They can do whatever. Yeah. And a lot of times they'll go there. And because if you have the pass, you get in an hour early. And a lot of them go for like a couple hours, and then they hop on their bikes and go run around town. I'm like, great, do that. That's way better than just sitting in your basement fucking playing video games. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll pay the $100. And we
have a park here too that has two pools in it.
Yep.
It has an Olympic sized pool and it has a spring fed pool.
Yes.
So it's got like fish swimming in it. You might as well be swimming in the river. And the kids get their passes for the summer and just go to the pool every day.
Yep.
Which is fine. We used to do that when I was a kid. As an adult, I'm like, I'd rather not spend every day. I don't even think I'd be at the pool every day if I had one in my backyard. But For kids, it's great. And we only live like what, an hour from Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and
Yep.
SeaWorld.
Mhm.
I mean, so it's a good place to live if you want to be able to go do stuff.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's better to visit. And then go
Yep.
home.
It is way better to visit and to do the things because, like, you just, how do I say this without sounding shitty? You don't care. It's almost an annoyance. Like, to me, a lot of like the stuff is like, it's an annoyance. I don't want, like, the motorcycle rally, honestly, is an annoyance to me.
Well, see, that's worse fest for me. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of people for 2 weeks in my fucking way.
Yep, exactly. And all
messing
I want to
with
do.
my driving, messing with where I'm shopping, just in my fucking way.
I'm actually
I
pretty.
get a little irritated.
I got really excited about that for a minute because they didn't take my parking pass away.
Oh!
Shouldn't say that out loud. They're gonna fucking track my shit.
Somebody go
None of
fuck
that. None of those people fucking pay attention to me anymore. Promise. I'm a fleeting memory at that place.
Bad job.
But you know what? Like, honestly, like when I get down to it, I don't know. I take advantage of it. And I feel
I
like
really need to get up there because I haven't been to Mount Rushmore since I was probably 7 or 8.
yeah, come on up.
And see, I didn't realize you were that close to it.
Yeah, I'm
Warn
super
the
close.
wife. I'm coming for your couch.
Absolutely, come on up. We actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna pick up a new couch.
Ooh, man, you can tell you're getting older when you get excited about like new furniture and new appliances.
Yep.
Like, I'm so excited with this move that we're gonna have a dishwasher. I don't own a dishwasher in this little tiny house. I'm very excited about the dishwasher.
I have been fighting that battle for like years. So for the last probably 3-4 years, I'm like, we need to get a dishwasher. We need to get a dishwasher. We need a dishwasher. And my wife has been like, "Do we really need?" She really enjoys doing dishes, right?
See, that's the one thing I hate. I'll do all your laundry. I will press it. I will freaking fold it. I will put it all away. I will take like requests on how you want your laundry done. I am all about the laundry, but I hate dishes. God, I hate dishes.
See, and I don't really mind either one. You know what I mean?
Ugh,
What I
can't stand
hate doing is dishes and laundry every fucking day.
Well,
You know what I
see,
mean?
and I have a day. I like Sundays are my laundry day, and I catch up on all of it. But dishes you have to do every day.
It depends. It depends. I'm really, really, really good about rinsing the dishes off, make sure the kids rinse the dishes off and stuff like that. So it's not like they're like dirty in the sink, like collecting flies and shit. It's just hard.
I live with 2 heathens.
All right, I don't. I'm really lucky.
And those boys are just they're a disaster. And they will use every dish in the house before
Really?
they wash a fucking dish. And I don't want to yell and scream, so I just do dishes all the time. So that's probably why I hate it so much.
Yeah, Dick's not wrong. He's like, you should have seen our kitchen. We did dishes when we needed something. And sometimes we only did the dishes. We only did the
That
one
you
dish
needed.
we fucking needed. Yes. Yep.
That would be my house.
I've been there. I've done that.
If I would leave here for a month,
Mm-hmm.
when I came back, they'd have turned to paper everything. It'll be just paper plates, paper cups, freaking plastic utensils. They would have just gotten rid of the dishes if they had their way.
My ex did that a little bit. She was really, and I don't really give a shit. Like, how do I say this without sounding mean? Like, I'm fat, dude. I'm gonna eat. If it's on a paper plate or a real plate, I'm a fat ass is gonna eat. But fucking to do that every day gets so expensive. I don't think she realized how expensive it was.
Wow. My son would be fine with losing the extra money.
Not the dead one, Dick. Not the dead one.
Not the dead ex-wife.
No, I have 2 dead ex-wives, actually. We're going to get technical. Actually,
Oh, that's right.
yesterday.
Why is my son in here? Why is my son in the chat? Nah, you do not do dishes. That's what you don't do is dishes. That child be getting in the chat saying, nah.
Nah.
Oh, well, fuck, get in here and get these dogs out of my goddamn room. Where's he at? I didn't hear his truck. So
I don't
he's
know.
either listening in the truck, hiding out in the front.
That's probably why the
we don't have
dogs
to
are
come
barking.
around.
He's out in the pickup listening to the show.
Come here, baby. Come here. Let me get one of these heathens. Oh, there. Oh, there we go. Say hi to everybody. This is the annoying.
See, Patrick.
Now he wants to be shy.
Patrick says, my inner child loves using the sprayer in the kitchen sink too much, but the positive side means almost no pots or dishes with stuck food to it. That's right. That's right. And you know what? Like, I don't see my wife, like, she really enjoys like doing the dishes. It's quiet. Everyone leaves her alone.
Is that her time?
That is kind of her time. Well, and since her surgery, she can't do them.
Oh, that's right.
So she's really struggling with, I think she's struggling with all of the things, but especially with the stuff that she used to be able to do so well and now really struggles with, which I understand. I'm not uncompassionate about it. I'm not mean about it. And I'm doing my level best to like keep up. That's a lot of work.
Excuse me, Dick. No, we will not be egging my son to tell my business.
No.
He knows better. He knows better.
He knows better. He likes having somewhere to
He
live.
likes to live in this house.
Yep.
He will not be talking shit about me. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he would. He totally would. He didn't give a shit.
No, but genuinely, like, sounds like a challenge.
Well, I feel bad that she can't do the things because I mean I know what it's like.
Yep.
I've had both my shoulders done, so I totally get the frustration. Completely get the frustration. But the nice thing is once she's recovered, she'll be able to do things easier because that she's going to feel so much better.
Yep.
That shoulder is going to feel so much better. I mean, mine, even I'm like 6 years out from having this one rebuilt and only like 2 years out from this one.
Yeah.
And they still, compared to pre-surgery, still both of them, they feel great. So.
Well, I think as long as she can get to when she finally gets to that point, it'll be worth it. But right now she's still very much in that I can't do all of the things. But she finally today, well, it wasn't today, it was a while ago, I guess. But not that long ago, she's like, I wish we had a dishwasher. I could empty a dishwasher. I'm like, see? Fucking dishwasher would be handy as fuck right about now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you only need one hand for a fucking dishwasher.
I did not press that issue at all, though. I was like, yep, you're right. It would be handy. But I felt part of me wanted to be like, yes, I've been telling you this. But
well, I'll talk to her too. Once I have my dishwasher, I'll just start sending her videos of me in the dishwasher. How easy this is.
I think once she gets the hang of it again, and when she gets back to her things, she will.
She will.
Yeah,
she'll be
absolutely.
Good. She's just in that horrible. Is she started her PT yet?
No, she starts like Monday. Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
No, maybe she starts tomorrow. I don't know. Remember when she starts? I'm a horrible husband. She told me.
Well, once she gets her PT going and she starts getting some movement back and she's able to do a few things, trust me, she'll be fine. She'll be super happy.
Right.
I know I was.
Are you going to stick around for the guest or do you have to go?
Probably not. I am. A lot of you guys don't know, but I get seen by the VA, and I usually get a shot on Thursdays that helps me with pain and all the different stuff and everything. And they couldn't get me in Thursday, so they got me in today, and it has really bad side effects. And the reason I'm drinking so much right now is because I feel very nauseous. Just sitting here, I feel very nauseous, and it's my fault. I should have known better. I should have just told them to wait and do it on Friday. But they were like, no, we have an opening on Wednesday. And I probably will only make it until the break.
Okay. No, that's fine. I'm trying to set up my scene for the guest. And I was like, I'm looking at our normal words, like you and me and the guest. But if you're not going to be here, I gotta build something new. And I gotta do it.
Build it.
I know I'm so bad at this. I'm actually probably just gonna use the same one we're using right now and just put his name in it.
Because I'm really gonna have to take something for this nausea, and if I take something for the nausea, it's gonna knock me out. So yeah.
Okay.
And I hate that, but yeah, just sitting here, I'm just, if y'all see me doing this or making really deep breaths, that's why. Because I'm extremely nauseous right now. You gotta love shots. Gotta love medication.
I do love shots.
Well,
I'm just saying.
not those shots.
Oh.
I like those kind of shots. Well, I used to. I stopped drinking. Ugh.
Oh yeah, how's that going? Is that going good?
Yeah, it's good. This Saturday, I'm going to a birthday dinner for a friend, and it's like at an actual like restaurant or something. And I'm sure they'll all be drinking. So this will be the first time, I think. Yeah, the first time that I've like been out somewhere and not been an active drinker. We'll see how that works for me.
Well, that'll be interesting. It will be kind of cool to like do that.
Yeah, and all my friends are very supportive. They don't care if I drink or don't drink. Nobody's gonna be like, "Wow, just have one; it won't kill you." No, it's not that. It's not that I stopped drinking because I can't drink. I stopped drinking because I didn't like how it made me feel for the next 48 hours after I drank. And I'm a social drinker. So when I do drink out in public, when I do drink, I tend to not have a stop button. I'm like 110 miles per hour or 0. There's no in between with me.
Right.
So yeah, I've just decided that I don't like to feel hungover anymore.
You know,
it's been nice.
There is worse things
than being hungover.
Well, then, yeah, I mean, yeah, just all of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just figure, if I was one of those people who didn't have a personality where I'm just all in,
right?
Maybe I could go somewhere and have like a glass of wine or 2 and be fine. But I'm not one of those people. So
right.
I've just decided to stop drinking, and I'm cool with it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And I think sometimes people like people struggle with that.
Drinking gets a bad rap.
I do. I think you're right. I think you're right about that.
You like, I almost, when people are like, hey, you want to go out, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, I kind of do, but I kind of don't, because I don't want to be around all the drinking, not right away. I wanted to give it myself a couple months.
Right.
And then,
I think kind of the key is too, to go out with people who support you and you're not drinking. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're not going to be like, oh my God, you should have some free booze. No, I don't want free booze. I mean, I do want free booze, but I'm here to watch a band, or I'm here to hang out with my friends. It's my friend's birthday. We're having a dinner party or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And if anybody else is around me wants to drink, knock yourselves out. I don't give a shit. I don't care if you drink. I just personally have decided that I'm good. I've probably done enough drinking for a while, and that may change in a year. But as of right now, no, I'm good.
Yep. Well, and I think that's part of the, I don't know, is it a problem?
I think part of the problem is that people think people that are at bars that don't drink shouldn't be at bars. It's like, why? They serve soda. They serve water. What should it matter what I'm drinking?
Right.
I mean, you're welcome to drink alcohol, but people who choose not to drink alcohol, there's always some stigma about why are you out then? Well, I can't be in public if I'm not drinking.
Yep.
Well, that is crazy. I'm safer when I'm not drinking. You people are safer when I'm not drinking. I get a little obnoxious.
Well, and I think that's kind of the lesson to be had in that is, it's okay to not do it.
Yeah.
And
my mom told me,
like
I'm lucky.
Dick said, you'll get to the point. Dick said you'll get to the point you're not even interested in it anymore. I'm there. I'll go out with friends now that are drinking, and I don't have any interest. I'll be the DD. And yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing. I think people think there's something wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, why aren't you partying? Yeah. Why aren't you doing whatever?
Why aren't you drinking? Well, what can I get you a drink? I don't need a drink. And my mother did say, I'm lucky I was blessed with a good personality, that I don't need alcohol to be funny. I took that as a compliment.
Right. As you should. As you should.
She says, no, you have a great personality. You're funny. You don't have to have alcohol to make people laugh and be funny. Some people have to drink. And I'm like, oh, okay, Mom. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently she knows people that aren't any fun unless they've been drinking. So,
I know people that are more fun when I've been drinking. I'll give them that.
oh, I know other people that are way more fun when I've been drinking.
I also know how it works though too. Like generally I was way more attractive the more they would drink. I had that problem. But,
same.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do. I don't.
Naked men with beer than you do with honey. Is that the saying?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was close. Whatever.
I think the biggest thing for a lot of us is we try so hard to kill ourselves and our livers in our early 20s that by the time we get to this age, it's like, well, I'm already fucked, but I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, might as well keep it up.
Yep, I'm already pickled.
Yeah.
But I look at some of these people that are just like, goners, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I'm glad I didn't get to that point. I'm glad I didn't get to there. And I wish that, and I'm not even saying this to be rude or shitty or whatever, but I wish that there was ways to like kind of stem that a little bit.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, because I think we all see people who struggle with that, and we wish that we could help them. But you also kind of got to be in a way too, like your house has to be in order before you can like.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
I still wouldn't like to this day. I would never ever point a finger at somebody else. Like, well, I'm gonna drink, or I'm not gonna drink, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm not gonna. I don't even like
telling.
Not my problem. I don't. You do you, boo. Hey, do what makes you happy.
I don't
my
even.
House is not clean enough for me to comment on other people's circumstances.
And I don't even like. I know people. Okay, I know people who shouldn't drink, but I'll never tell them that.
Oh yeah, same.
Like I'll tell them they shouldn't drive when they've been drinking.
Somebody else about that.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
I will do the obvious. I will try not to let them drink or drive. I will try not to encourage bad behaviors and all the bullshit. But I will not tell most people they need to quit drinking. You know what I mean? There are some people in my life.
Unless you are just so tanked all the time.
Yeah.
And then you say something stupid to me like, so do you think I have a problem drinking?
Yeah, if you ask me a question like that, you're getting
point the obvious out.
Yeah.
But no, I'm never gonna ever be like
I
the one
fucking love Heath. I'm pretty healthy for 50, just saying. Yeah, he's a stud. And I'm fat. So that is the other problem I have at this joint. Because obviously most people there like smoke weed. They're there because they get a discount at the dispensary. You know what I mean? That's one of the big draws of this place. I don't really care either way about it. But my problem is I get the munchies like I smoke weed, even though I don't smoke weed. So I just they're like, hey man, you want some cookies?
They probably all have the best munchies.
Oh my God. This dude, one of the dudes yesterday had they were like Rice Krispie treats, but they were made with cornflakes and shit. And then today,
with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yep. Today, I was just going to say today he has Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Rice Krispies are the bomb.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And come in for lunch and they've got dude had one of the guys.
You don't even have to be stoned to eat the.
One of the guys had it was like fried chicken or some kind of like a pan fried chicken, but instead of like breading, it was Cheetos that he had.
Oh.
And he put that in the microwave and it smelled so fucking good. I'm like, oh my God, I need to do that.
Yeah. Have you seen the Stoner's Handbook?
No.
Or Stoner's Cookbook?
No. Why would I have the Stoner's Cookbook?
No, this is weird shit that stoners, weird ass recipes that stoners have come up with when they've been high to make for themselves when they have the munchies. It's not like weed. You're not cooking with weed. It's like weird ass, funky, crazy, cool, really good recipes that stoners have come up with when they've been high. That's where I got the Rice Krispies with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Huh. Well, that's what one of the guys brought to work today. And it was fuck good as shit. It was good. It was so good. Oh my God.
Good stuff.
Yep.
I'm feeling judged by my cat right now.
Oh. Why is that?
He's just, I wish there was a way that I could turn my camera so that you guys, he's very judgmental. He just looks like he's judging me.
It's just the way cats are, though. Cats are judgy.
The pressure of an animal that lives in my house for free can make me feel bad about doing nothing. You're an asshole. And he's
Why
just
are
like
you so
staring.
mean to me, cat? Yeah.
Yeah, but if I try and pet him, he'll like swipe at me or something. No, I didn't ask you to pet me. Don't pet me. Oh, he's watching the dog. Now he's judging the dog.
Yeah, he can judge the dog all he wants, but
Yeah, judge the dog. Crazy cat. Yeah, he thinks the dogs are stupid.
you
Thinks
know,
dogs are dumb. And
as much as
that
I
should
love
let
my
them all
dogs, as
outside.
much as I love my dogs, I think they're kind of fucking dumb.
Oh, mine are.
Mine are dumb as shit. I don't
Mine
know.
will eat each other's and the cat's poop. If that's not stupid, I don't know what is.
You know,
They're-
yeah, mine are being really dumb about that kind of stuff too.
Well,
About-
yeah, but
about
you have a
eating
dachshund,
poop.
and
I-
dachshunds are.
It's not
all
the
about
dachshund, it's the
eating
shitty. It's the shitty that's the poop eater.
Ah.
Yeah.
poop. Is the dachshund's the panty crotch eater?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I knew it was one of those things.
Yep. He's the panty crotch either. It's the dachshund, or it's the shitty that's the poop eater. Like a lot.
Mm,
It's whatever.
dogs are gross.
I just wish my kids would take the litter box out so the dog doesn't eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't do is the cat litter. The boys have to do that.
I'm pretty close to like, I'm pretty sure once these cats run their course, we're not going to get more, which will piss my wife off. But
Yeah.
I'm not
Cats are a lot, man.
they are. And I don't
poop
really,
lots.
I've never been a cat person. I've been like, I should get some cats. I've never been that. I'm cool with them. Like, I don't walk in the house and kick the cat. You know what I mean? It's never been, I'm not that kind of, because there's people like that who hate cat. I don't hate cats. Right?
You just, that's not going to be the first animal. you're gonna go out and get.
No. There's a whole long list of things. I'd rather have fish than cats. Are they bow
My
dumb? They're
mom's
pretty
getting
dead.
A parakeet.
Nope. Okay, maybe I'm above. I'm cats before. I dated a girl who had birds. Never again. Never again.
My mom, she dropped this bomb on me the other day when I took her to the doctor. She wants a parakeet all of a sudden.
Holly
She's
said
already got a turtle.
switch to sand. The chemicals in the litter is bad for humans and cats. It causes urinary tract infections. Huh. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Never heard that before.
well.
But go back. We're gonna back up. Me,
Mhm.
I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna say I don't give a shit. I like the cats fine. They're fine. They come around the house.
Yeah.
They come up. I pet them. They bring me dead mice. They bring me live mice. And they're cool. But I just don't like when these ones are like, we have one. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's trying to die. Like, cause he loses huge clumps of hair all the time. And then he eats a half an ounce of food and throws up 10 ounces of food. And he's so skinny and he's only got one eye. Read all the ingredients that's in it. I will. You know what, Holly? I'll do that. I will do that.
Poor kid.
But yeah, and he's so skinny and he's in a really bad way. I think he's really probably on his last
He's on
legs.
his last life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is,
He's on 8.5 life.
Yeah.
About to hit number 9.
and I think, so I'll probably have to take him to the vet soon and see what the vet says, because I really do kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Cats' lifespans
That's
have
probably
significantly decreased since all the chemicals.
I bet they have.
I don't even know
I
what
used
chemicals are in them. My boys just changed the litter box, and I think the thing is in the recycler. I'll check and see if
Yeah.
I'm curious now as to what chemicals are in. I know a big part of it's bentonite, because there's a big bentonite mine not too far from here, but that's just like the actual litter part. I know they put like chemicals in there for scents and all that stuff, but yeah, I'm kind of curious. In all fairness, we buy like the super cheap litter. We don't buy like the high dollar.
Yeah, yeah. I figure they're just gonna take a crap in it anyway. Why spend the extra $10?
But if it's sand, if we could get like playground sand or something, that's pretty cheap too. And if they'll use it. Actually, you know
My
where
cats
do you
will
know
use
where my cats shit a lot? Is in the backyard. Like they like
Well,
okay.
that's good.
Well, hold on a minute. No, we're gonna back the truck up a little bit. Okay. So I have a big yard. I have like a half acre, right? In town.
Yeah.
I have a really small fenced in area. The people that lived here before us had little dogs, kind of like what we have. Okay. And it's just a whatever regular chain link fence, right? When we had a lab, she would go out and she dug huge holes like next to the foundation, right? I even like went so far and like I dug down about 3 feet and put chain link fence next, like I rolled it in the dirt and then put dirt on top of it and fucking packed it down so the dog couldn't dig that deep anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you know what she did? She started eating she dug down to the fence and started eating the fence. Yeah. She was a fucking idiot. Anyway, back to the story. So when that dog we know, did what dogs do, I went out and I tilled the whole backyard. Because it was just holes everywhere, right? You let her outside for 10 minutes, she's digging a hole. It wasn't like she was out there for hours and hours and hours on end. It wasn't like that. It was you'd let her out to go to the bathroom, and my wife would let her out, go smoke a cigarette, come back, and then let her in the house, right? Fucking holes everywhere. So,
Lord, I'm glad mine don't do that.
Right. So we went and I took the tiller and I tilled the whole backyard and evened it all back out, packed it all back down, right? Wow, they're on a tear tonight.
I think someone just came in the front door, which means either my son or my grandson are in the house. So they're losing their mind.
Anyway, so back to the story.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute you. They're loud. You're muted. All right. Anyway, so the dogs would, after I leveled everything out, we got seed and planted everything. Then we got the little dogs, right? And it was kind of before everything was all done. And Dachshunds dig a little bit, but he digs little holes and it's only a minute. But so the yard never really got packed down that good. So the cats use the dirt in the backyard for litter box. But it's the fenced in part where the little dogs go. So the dachshund, the cats will poop outside in the dirt. And then my dachshund goes and digs them up. And then my shitty eats all of them. So that's the, yeah. Holly said, especially boy cats, they squat and it gets in their system by their butthole and causes a tract clog. Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I knew none of I've never heard any of these things. Because we have 2 boy cats. They're fixed. They're not, they're not,
They're ballless.
Yeah. What is it? What's the term for a fixed cat?
Neutered male, spayed female. You know how I remember that?
How?
N is for nuts. No more nuts means neutered.
Okay. But it's not like he's not like a gelding.
No, he's still a fucking cat.
He's still a cat.
He's just a neutered cat.
He's just a neutered cat. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had different terms for like, you know what I mean? Oh,
no, it's not like cows and bulls and
yeah,
all
he's not
that.
a steer.
No,
He's like he's a steer.
Nobody
He's a
gives
steer
shit.
cat. Yeah, they're steer cats.
He's just
But
kitty.
I do like them enough. I'm not. Like I said, they're cool. I think once they're done, we'll be done with cats. I know my wife really likes them though. Her brother.
Well, my
really
youngest
liked cats.
cat now is like 4. So I mean, I've got a while before any of these guys kick the bucket.
Yeah, I don't
My
know
other
how
one,
old.
I think is like 6.
Oh, they're
Oh,
they're on it again.
yeah. Somebody's in the hallway,
Oh.
and they can hear it.
The-
They're assholes. They have amazing hearing. They'll bark at zero noise that I can hear, but they can hear it.
If they were fixed too early, boys are born to have urinary tract issues afterwards. One cost me $5,000 and still had to be put down. Is the litter? Huh.
Well, now I'm going to go research litters. Thank you,
Now,
Holly.
yeah,
I
thanks for
appreciate
scaring me,
that.
Holly. Because like I said, I don't want my cats to die of some horrible urinary tract infection death. That sounds horrible.
No, that would horrible. That would be awful. I love my kid. My kitties do get like the powdered cranberry, and they do get prebiotics and probiotics. I do, make sure their little urinary systems are good. But now I'm going to be worried about the litter, so now I'm going to have to do litter.
Yeah, I have to check the litter situation.
I am thankful for that. Thank you very much for that information.
Yes, I really am going to look at that because I am so curious now.
Yeah.
I'm so curious. Because like I said, I've never, I don't know, I've just always bought it, just as cat litter, and I buy it and I put it in the box and then they poop in the box.
And then you throw it away?
Yeah. Huh. Well, and for being put down, okay, so I don't know when they were fixed. They were fixed, both of our cats came from the Humane Society.
They're rescues.
They're both rescues. And I don't know how. I'm assuming that the Humane Society would know if they were, because you have to get them fixed before you can bring them
to adopt them from the.
But I feel like if they were too young to do that, they wouldn't. The Humane Society wouldn't make them get fixed.
Usually, the Humane Society, the youngest they will fix a cat they're supposed to wait until they're 14 weeks.
Really?
They can do it younger.
I thought it was considerably older than that. I thought it was like 6 months. I think it's like
14. Let me look and see. For cats, I think it's like 14 weeks.
Really?
They can do that.
Sports bar, but no facial hair. I know it's the chemo. It's fine. It's the chemo.
That's awful.
I still have my eyebrows. Humane Society did both of mine. Both died of the same thing. Holly, please quit scaring me about my cats.
Yeah, they say that they can do it as young as 6 to 8 weeks.
Really?
But they often are conducted anywhere between 5 and 6 months of age.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was considerably older than like 14 weeks. Holly said her cats. Hold on, stop.
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks is too early. Holly said, R.I.P. Tater and Tot. Her cats were Tater and Tot.
Aww,
how cute is that?
Those are cute names. Aww.
Okay, so our cats, when and it was actually like the first time I met Anna's kids.
Mm-hmm.
She had 2 cats that were rescued. They were brothers. They were Ben and Franklin. And so
that's cute.
I came over and like hung out, whatever, and then her dad, my in-laws live next door to us. He comes over and knocks on the door, and he's like, because our cats are inside-outside cats, right?
Yeah, I wish mine were.
But he comes over and he's like, I think your cat's in the road. And my wife is not equipped for such things. And so
I'm not equipped for such things, and it's not my cat.
So so I grab a shovel. I've never take that back. I saw the cat alive once, like an hour before that. Right? Mm-hmm. One time I've seen this cat. I had no clue what it looks like. And so I go and I'm like, okay. So I go and I get a shovel and I scoop the cat up and I bring him to the back. I put him in the bed of my pickup.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Anna can't come out. She's like, no. So she sends like her son out to ID the cat.
I would do that.
And he's like, yep, that's Ben. So aww. I'm like, what do you want to do with him? And Gabe, the younger one, he's just devastated. It was his cat, right? He's just devastated. He's crying. He's just in a way. And so I buried him. I dug a hole in the backyard and they get a blanket and I wrapped him up. And so that's like the first time I ever met her kids. Well, not the first time I ever met her kids, but one of the first real times I hung out with her kids. Yeah. So
that's so sweet that you buried it for her.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on with this idiot.
So then
this is the idiot that's been judging me.
Oh, that sounds great. Anyway, so it is 7:00 my time. So it is time for a break.
Yep.
And our guest is waiting patiently for us. So
he's in the waiting room.
Yep.
In the green room.
Yep. He's in the. So we're right back with Daniel here in about, give us probably about 6 minutes. So we'll cut to a break.
And I will not see you all. I'm going to cut off here. I have got to go take something for this nausea and get these animals out of my hair. But thank you,
fine.
everyone. It was so nice seeing everybody, and I'll see y'all next week.
All right. Thanks, TZ. We'll see you next week. And everyone else, we'll be back in about 6 minutes. Shots. Oh, wait, hold on. Not shots yet. I gotta get to
Not shots yet.
I gotta find my break time thing.
Oh, shoot. You didn't have that up yet.
No, well, I had my normal, I forgot the guest break time. I'm not very good at my job tonight. I am bad at my job tonight. All right. All right. Now we're out. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Tear down every wall. Light it up, watch it fall. Boy, you're getting good at making me feel like nothing at all. And you're telling me now that everything's all my fault. You can blame it on me. Blame it on me. Drive out past that county line. Look at the stars, tell them that you're out of my life. Nothing that I did was ever right. And I got a feeling the weather's changing tonight. You can blame it on me. Blame it on me. Tell all your friends, tell your church, tell the town how all I did was break you down. When you close your eyes at night, you'll know I'm gone. You can blame it on me. Blame it on me. Tell all your friends, tell your church, tell the town how all I did was break you down. When you close your eyes at night, you'll know I'm gone, gone, gone. Can blame it on me. Blame it on me. Tear down every wall.
This original song of ours called She Devil. Hope you guys like it. main street. She's got long dark hair down to her dirty feet. Now I got a real good feeling from the look in her eyes, like she knows that I'll be going home with her tonight. Club dancing, cheek to cheek, on that devil woman never missed a beat. I got some complications with my situation now. Her nails are scratching and my mind is racing so slow. Devil woman won't let me go. Now I became a one-man show. Devil woman won't let me go. I became a one-man show. Devil woman won't let me be. Get her up off her knees. Devil woman won't let me go. I became a one-man show. Devil woman won't let me be, won't let me be, let me be. In the street, room with sexy men, love's running in our eyes, looking like a bunch of spies, feeling like a captive slave to the art that we create. If you're feeling no love inside, then let me see you all get down. Every time I come around, the woman won't let me go. I became a one-man show. The woman won't let me be. Can't get her up off her knees. The woman won't let me go. I became a one-man show. The woman won't let me be. Let me be. Let me be. Let me be. Thank you all so much.
You ever sit on your porch and watch my memory fly by, burning up and fade under the Texas sky? A shooting star in the dead of the night, you light up my heart, baby, like a firefly. 'Cause fireflies, they glow and they fade away, just like our love that has flown away. They dance in the wind, and then they're gone. I wish I could go back and make things right, like into the mystic on a summer night, my little firefly. You said the hope floats, I said the dream soar. You didn't know me from Adam, I was hoping for more. Lately I'm feeling like a rock sinking down. I wish I didn't have to pretend. Someday, somehow, I get to see your face again. Fireflies, they glow and they fade away, just like our love that has flown away. They dance in the wind, and then they're gone. I wish I could go back and make things right, like into the mystic on a summer night, my little firefly. Think back to the place where time stood still. That Golden Gate Bridge didn't shine that bright till we danced in the mystic on a summer night. Fireflies, they glow and they fade away, just like our love that has flown away. We dance in the wind and then they're gone. I wish I could go back and make things right, like into the mystic on a summer night. A little firefly, my little firefly.
Where
Hey, everybody, we're back. We are back. I want to welcome our guest, Dan. Okay, I want you to go by your handle because it was an interesting story, and I need you to tell it because I cannot tell it as eloquently as you did.
Well, normally I go by Dan White, but when I tried to put my music up on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff, there was a Dan White already there with a band, and there was a Wesley White, so I had to actually use all my name, which is Dan Wesley White. So if you have to look up my music, you have to look up all three words together.
I'm not going to say funny, but it kind of is that you can't even like use your own name. You have to like find interesting ways to use your own name.
But at least it makes me more unique now. There's nobody with all three names.
Right. Well, and like you said, it gives you there's some country music cred by using all three names. I love
cred as well.
We had a gal on last week, and she actually got copyright infringement for using her own photograph. She got her picture taken by someone else, and they hit her up for like photo. It's just so weird, like how much this whole thing has changed. You know what I mean? Like, how hard it is, even like, the show I was on before, we would, hawk movies for people. Right. And then we show the trailer, and then we would get hit by a copyright. Like, we were told to run this. Like, it's just, there's so much now, but it's part of Spotify is great though, because you as a small artist, as an up and coming artist, can put your stuff out there. You don't have to like, it's not like 20 years ago where you had to land a record deal to even get your records really to be heard without kind of backdooring it all. So,
right.
How did you get into music? What was kind of the catalyst for that? How did that all start?
Well, I've actually been in music since I was a little kid. I would take piano lessons to sing in church. And then, of course, I joined band in like fourth grade. And as I got older, one of the teachers wanted me to play electric bass or bass guitar for the jazz band, because they had a jazz band 9th through 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And as I started learning that, of course, then I started also going through my heavy metal phase. So I'd learn how to play like Metallica, Iron Maiden, all that stuff. But then I also started developing my jazz chops. And then right before or just a little bit after I graduated, no, actually it was before I graduated, I took an audition with the Army Band, and I actually made it right before I graduated high school. So as soon as I graduated high school, 3 days later, I was on a plane to Fort Leonard Wood, and then I went to basic training.
That's crazy. And that was one of the things that really kind of was interesting to me, because like you always hear me. I was in the Marine Corps, and then I went into the Army, right? And the Marine Corps band is kind of like, I don't even know how anyone actually gets in the Marine Corps band. But you always hear like, it's kind of like in the Marine Corps, it's like we always joked that it was like they actually just take actual like recording artists and put them in there. Like they recruit them from like the symphony and stuff,
That is the Marine Band out of DC that does that.
Yeah. And they're just, and I don't know, they're old wives' tales. We were just aircraft maintainers, we didn't actually know anything about it. But I've never actually met anybody who's been in like the band, even in the Army Band. Like, how does that work? Like, do you just apply for it? Like,
well, you have to take an audition. It's basically they give you an audition based on like college level materials.
Okay.
And I had had been taking some advanced music courses when I was in high school, so that's how I was able to pass it, because you got to know so many different types of scales. You got to play different types of repertoire of music, different styles, all that kind of stuff.
And does it
Oh.
help to play like a certain instrument, or is it just, or to play
Uh,
many instruments, or like how does that work?
Certain instruments have a little bit more pull, like you can get in easier on than others, especially like harder instruments, like say bass clarinet, bassoon, oboe. Bass guitar at the time I went in the early 90s was a little bit harder to get in on. So that's another thing that kind of helped out for me. But now it's like, there's a lot of different bass players vying for the spot since they've downsized a lot of the military bands.
Right. Because like, is it battalion level and larger has their own band, or is it brigade level? I don't remember what level has their own band.
It just depends on the post and the people in charge.
Okay.
Like several specialty bands that are a little bit higher level, like the Marine Band, the U.S. Army Band, the U.S. Air Force Band, the U.S. Navy Band, and then you have the basic, just regular troop bands, which are stationed stateside.
Okay. And if you wanted to go into the Army Band, so where were you at, I guess, is a better question.
I was living in Temple, so I took my audition at Fort Hood.
Okay. And then when you were stationed in the band, like where were you were you in the U.S. Army Band, or were you in what?
I went to Fort Sham, Houston, as most people call it, Fort Sham.
Yeah.
So I did a tour there. Then I went to Korea for a year. Then I came back and did another tour at Fort Sam. And then my last one was one of the specialty bands, but it was a specialty band in Europe called U.S. Army USArmy Band, or it was stationed in Heidelberg, Germany.
Okay. And how long were you in then?
I did 2 years of the Guard Band here in Texas, and then I went active duty for 7.
Okay. That's amazing. It's so intriguing to me. It's such an it's an interesting career path compared to, like, I don't know, most of us, like, I don't know, we go to AIT and basic, and then we go to Iraq or Afghanistan and then get blown up and sent home. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the band goes just the same places as the troops do, because we're the ones putting the concerts on for them and the forward operating bases and everything.
Oh, wow, that's cool. So did you deploy to do that? Like, was that part of like
No,
a USO gig, or?
I went to basic right as Desert Storm was winding down.
Okay.
And so I didn't get deployed. I just went to my duty assignment.
Okay.
But I did do 1 or 2 when I was in Germany. That's when Kosovo and stuff was still hot. So we flew over a few hot zones, but that's about as close.
That sounds amazing. It's just an interesting, like, it's just, like I said, it's a very different career path than what most of us that, I don't know, we don't, I'm kind of in awe. Like I said, coming from the Marine Corps side, it was just kind of like like, do they even do people that do that actually exist? Kind of. So it's cool. It's very. I'm really excited to talk to you about that stuff. So,
the School of Music is actually on the Navy base at Little Creek, Virginia. So
Okay.
I was stationed there for 6 months with the Army Band, the Navy Band, and the Marine Band. Only Air Force has their own program. The other 3 are in the same school.
Yeah, that's cool. So you went in as a bass guitar player,
Mhm.
and then did you play any other instruments in the band, or did you just strictly stay with bass?
As a bass guitar player, you also have to learn percussion, like
Okay.
bass drum and cymbals, that kind of stuff. But I'd also played tuba marching band all my years in high school, so I also marched tuba during like change of commands and things like that.
Okay.
Captain reviews.
Awesome. That's great. And then so you got out late 90s?
I got out in 99.
Okay. And
I
then
went in 90.
when did you start on your own music career then? Did you start right after, or while you were in, or?
Actually, I just started that within the last 2 years.
Okay. What did you do in that interim period?
I went back to school and got my master's and my bachelor's degree in music. So now I'm a band director in Texas.
That's great. My daughter's really, she's my music kid, and she's going to college here on a music scholarships, and just got done last night actually doing the honor chorus and stuff. So,
Yeah, cool path to go to. You can be a rock star and Uncle Sam pays for it.
that's right.
But of course, the downside is we still got to perform the job of a infantryman if things come to that. Well, actually, our secondary job was actually more like an MP. We would do top guard.
Okay.
That was kind of our secondary job if we ever went to the field and deployed, that kind of thing.
Okay. Did you? That's so. That's just. It's such a. Did you like? So did you go? Did you go to the field much as a band member? Like even just on like
maybe once or twice a year with the units I was with. But I
Okay.
know there's some that go a lot more, especially like 82nd or
right.
101st, all those, since they're got to be more mission ready.
Huh. Wow, that's crazy. I'm just in awe by the whole thing. I'm sorry. Anyway, so you started your music career about 2 years. Your kind of your own deal.
Right.
What spurred that on?
I'm just getting to my age now where I'm thinking more, what am I going to leave behind for my kids and things like that, and what do I want to, kind of touch people with before I'm gone. And so that kind of just brought on a writing process, and I started writing the chords out and the lyrics, and then had them recorded in Nashville, and then put them online. It's pretty easy to put stuff online now as an independent artist.
It is, and that's great because, yeah, I've got some good. Most of the music I play, is either people we've had on the show or buddies of mine who are in that, and I know it. 10, 15, 20 years ago was quite the challenge to get your music out, and like you said, now it's a whole lot easier with online stuff. But you're also do you travel as a musician as well now?
Not really. I haven't really done any tours or anything lately. I'm still kind of new to it, just getting my music out there, getting it heard, and then hopefully getting more interest will generate the kind of going on the road, doing gigs and things like that. Now I do, like here in Del Rio, we do have local gigs that I play at, like restaurants and things like that.
Right.
Not where I've actually went out and promoted my own music. It's more of I play with other groups kind of thing.
Okay. Do you have your own band, or do you like have a steady band, or do you just kind of freelance with everybody?
We have a steady band that we all kind of get together and play at a local restaurant here called Memo's Restaurant. And it has a lot of ties to the country music scene. The Calderon family, they were tour managers and band managers for Ray Price, the country music. So we play there every few weeks. And in fact, we're playing tomorrow night. So.
Okay. And that's in Del Rio.
Right.
Okay. And that's and you were you born and raised in Del Rio?
Oh no, I was born up near Dallas and Henderson.
Okay.
But I've moved around because my dad was a Baptist preacher. So we would move around when he would move to a different church, and then ended up in the Temple area. That's where I graduated from. And then that's where I entered the service at.
Okay. And then, so what landed you in Del Rio then? Just the teaching gig, or?
Right. Cool. After I got my graduation and got my certification, I came down here for a teaching job, and I've been down here. This is my 18th year already.
Wow. So you're not too awful far from retirement from that, are you?
No, I'm not too far away at all.
then you're gonna. Most people don't start their rock star journey when they retire. That's awesome. Right. How long have you been writing music then? Just recently as well?
Yeah. Whereas I've been writing my own lyrics.
Okay.
And actually forming songs that I actually get recorded.
Right. Mm-hmm. So the music that's on your website, that's you and your band in that recording, or is that music you just wrote?
No, it's a Nashville band that records for me, and then I send them my vocals and everything that I sing here at the house with my setup, and then they impose it over the band playing.
Okay, all right, okay, because I thought that was like you and your band in that recording.
No, it's because of the distance between where I'm at in Nashville. It's easier for me to just send them like chord structure and all the lyrics and stuff. And then I send kind of what they call a scratch tape with me singing, which I do play bass and stuff over the chords, right, and sing along. And then I send it to them and I say, okay, this is the ideas I have. And then we kind of network back and forth. This is what I hear, blah, blah, blah. And then they go in and they record it within a day.
Okay. All right. And so you don't cover anybody then. That's all of the stuff that you have recorded is your stuff. When you guys play, do you play your stuff as well? Or
sometimes if I have time.
Okay.
But because they don't really know my songs, I don't really do it too much unless I play the backing track and then I just sing over it. But then it's more like karaoke, which I don't really like. If you go for a concert, you want live music.
Right. So. Right. Well, and I think that's kind of the biggest difference between a songwriter, or I don't really, I look at people like a Tim McGraw or a Faith Hill that don't write any of their own music as kind of, I don't know.
It's kind of the same thing with them too. They're singing somebody else's words.
Right.
But they're the ones making it famous.
Right.
Trade-off.
Have you like ever been approached by anybody to write music for them, or you just kind of do your own gig and send it off and just enjoy it yourself?
No, I just write my own right now. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been out in the music world that long as far as writing and recording my own stuff. So like I said, I'm just trying to get more viewers and listeners to my stuff.
Right.
And then hopefully from there it'll grow where I can start promoting more.
Yeah. Anthony asked, he's one of the guys in the chats. Have you ever thought about getting your own band together and more locally and work more hands-on with them, writing music kind of as a collaboration or working with them more tightly?
I have, but because of where I'm at, I'm 2.5 hours from San Antonio, right on the border of Mexico. It's hard to get into that kind of stuff without driving, 3-4 hours away. But I'm at, it's always in the back of my mind. That is what I'm going to eventually do.
Right. That's where that's kind of your next step kind of in that is
right.
Yeah.
And that probably won't really come about until after I retire from the teaching, because I got to be here every day.
Right. Yeah. So. And you got to pay the bills kind of deal. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't take the kids on a bus with me every day to San Antonio to record music.
I bet some of those kids would probably really enjoy it and enjoy the process.
Right. So, it'd be nice to teach them some of the digital aspects of music besides just playing a wind instrument.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you could have like the wind ensemble could be your background. That actually might be kind of fun.
Oh yeah, like a S&M Metallica where they played with the symphony.
Yeah, exactly. Captain Wayne asked if you play any blues at all.
I pretty much play everything, because when we're in the Army, we play all styles. We have to learn all different styles so we can play to all the different troops out there.
Right.
So I've played anything from blues, rap, country, rock, ska, all that kind of stuff.
Right. Well, and that and your songs have kind of a bluesy hint to them too. They're kind of, I don't know. I was always kind of taught it was like a red dirt kind of country. You're kind of fall in that genre a little bit. Or do you identify with that, or kind of which kind of, if you were to categorize your music, where would you put it?
I would put it as more of a upcoming artist, but I'm trying to tend more to be more like 80s and 90s country than I am the new, what we call bro country that's on the radio now for the last 15, 20 years.
Right.
So I do have some newer kind of rockish sounds to it, but I still try to keep to the old style as much as I can.
Right. Do you do like Anthony said it'd be sick to hear you do a remix of like a Black Betty.
Oh. Oh, Black Betty, Black Betty.
Yeah, you could do your kind of bluesy country remix of Black Betty. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah. I like doing like the old, what do you call it? Georgia Satellites. I like doing some of their stuff because it was kind of bluesy as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like Kid Rock. It's kind of considered Southern country, but yet it's still more of a rock feel.
Right. Well, and so you've got a couple of years till you retire, and you're building your base. What is if you could like lay out your career, your music career, how and this is kind of like, this plays that game like, I win the lottery tomorrow, I'm going to pay all this money. What, like if someone came to you and opened up those doors to that music career, what would it look like for you? Where do you want it to go?
Well, actually, I miss touring, because while I was always on the road with the Army, it was fun to be out there touring around, bringing music to different people. And that's what I am. I'm a performer. I like to get up in front of an audience and let them have a good time.
Right.
Because they don't realize it's a symbiotic relationship. The audience reacts to you as much as you react to what the audience is doing.
Right.
And then that way everybody just goes to that higher level.
Right. What is that? What is like, where's somewhere that you could play or something that you could do that would be like, I made it? You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, oh, I could play Radio City Music Hall or the Ryman or something. Like, is there something like that? Is there like a bucket list? Like you could be like, I made it as a musician if I could do X.
I would say probably the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
That's what most country musicians are striving for when they start out.
Right.
And once they get that, it's like you've got that feather in your cap. Now you can say, hey, I'm a Grand Opry player or finalist or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that'd be such a surreal experience. I can only imagine, have you like? Do you have anything other than like your Spotify? Anything going on? Are you like, um? When the guy says, "I want to play at the top of Mount Everest," I feel like that's really the top of the game. That's the top of your game if you can get top of Everest and then play.
If you can survive the lack of oxygen.
Right. If you go up there play trumpet, then you really got something going on.
And you'll freeze a few minutes later, but at least you did it.
Right. Well, because it says that you're signed with Sony Orchard right now.
I'm making a new release now. It's in Nashville right now. It's getting mixed and the background vocals are getting added. And then I'm going to release it through Sony Orchard, which is one of the baby companies of the Sony label.
Okay.
So that'll be my first recording with an actual backer that has some power behind it.
Right. And then, so what's the process with that? Like, so if it gets so much play or whatever, so many download, do they approach you for more? I guess I don't understand how that all works.
It's just more about name brand recognition.
Okay.
This song is in the Sony catalog now, compared to the other ones that I have, which was all me personally releasing on a platform called TuneCore.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people use one called DistroKid or CD Baby. Those are all music platforms. You pay them a fee, and then they are the ones that get your music online.
Okay. Yeah, and like I actually couldn't download your song because my computer was like, that's a suspicious website. I was like, oh, that's great. That's just fantastic. So I don't know what was going on with that. That wasn't very fun. But
yeah, the easiest way to get my music, if you can't get it off like Spotify or Apple, I have my own website.
That's where I went, was your website.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, we've had so much trouble with Spotify, like downloading the music and then trying to play it back. Like it I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's the software that we use here at the station, but it's been really bad. And then we've been getting like copyright hits off it.
Yeah, because you're streaming to an audience instead of just yourself, and they're gonna
and they ding our videos. But usually we've had luck if we go to an artist, especially when we have one on the show, going to their website or their whatever and then downloading it. But yeah, my computer would not let me download off your website. So
that's weird.
It's fine. It's whatever. But worse things have happened. But you got a couple bucks off me, so there you go.
Yeah, I noticed a purchase earlier, so I'm assuming that was you.
Yeah, that was me. But yeah, I couldn't download it, but it's fine. If I can figure out how to download, I love like, well, one of the songs over the break was Darianne Lee. She's a recording artist that we've had on. I love playing my Mark Ridge, another guy. He was the airborne guy. I like playing your guys' music on my breaks and stuff to kind of get your stuff out there. So that's kind of the whole point of having this whole thing going, is to get your guys' music and art and stuff to the masses, because like, I don't know, that's one of the things I really enjoy about this program is I can take guys like you and, you said, get it out to the people and get people to enjoy it and love it. And, I listened to a couple of your songs and then I downloaded that your 22 song.
Mm-hmm.
Also when I was going to play and I couldn't get it to download. My computer doesn't like that website, but on that song, you wrote that song,
right?
Can you kind of tell the audience about it and the auspice of it and everything and the meaning behind it?
Okay, so of course, I think most people know 22 is referencing the U.S. veteran suicide rate per day. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to get something out there to not only be therapeutic for me, but also help other people as well. Not only to bring awareness to it, but maybe, if I can help one person, then I've done my job.
Right.
So maybe by them listening to my song and then listening to the words, maybe it changes their mind of thinking of doing something that their family will regret later. And that's kind of what I wanted out there. It's a two-purpose: bring awareness, help people that maybe are in their dark times.
Right.
And so I just wrote it in that regard to kind of blanket all the vets that are out there. Because I've lived through the experience of the VA filing for claims and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people think that, when the VA kills your claim, it's like, oh man, the world's over. I've been fighting with the VA for over 20 years now, and I finally got my percentage that I've always knew I deserved. So, and it's the same thing. I know there's a lot of people out there fighting with the VA, but you just got to keep chugging away. And if you have questions, there's always people out there to help.
Right. And I think that when people get in that zone, that self-harm kind of area, that they forget that there are people that care about them. And I think anything we can do to raise that awareness, and like you said, if you can reach one person, it can change one life, hopefully. So,
Right.
But yeah, no, it was a pretty powerful song, and I feel really badly that I couldn't get it to play. Because I really wanted that as more part of our playlist, because I've listened to it and I really enjoyed it. I listened to quite a bit of your music today. I feel badly because we have like a guest a week, and I don't get a chance to sit down and just like, absorb it. Like back in the day when we had like a guest a month, I could absorb things. You know what I mean? When we had other people on, you could put stuff on and you can, but you were in my hearing aids today at work. So that makes you feel any better about it. So, but yeah, maybe afterwards we'll get offline and maybe you can send me an audio file of that and I'll put it in my playlist, because I would really like to have that as part of our.
The lady that messaged me, I did send them an MP3 copy of it.
Oh, I didn't get that from her, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was tagged when you messaged me, it was still tagged to the email that she sent.
Yeah,
that I sent to her.
I couldn't see it, and
I
couldn't
put it
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see if I can record it to you right now.
Yeah,
on my thing.
But Captain Wayne says the VA needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. I agree with that.
I do too.
I think that there's I don't know. It just feels very disingenuous, some of the people that work there. And I know that there's good people that work at the VA. And I think we need to remember too that the healthcare part of the VA is different than claims and benefits. So they are two different.
You're basically
animals.
thinking the left hand doesn't talk to the right hand.
Yep. And so, yeah, it's really frustrating for a lot of people. And like you said, when you get that letter and that status letter, and it says, your claim has been denied. Yeah, it does take the wind out of your sails quite a bit, even if it's, kind of, it's not the 100% letter. It's the 10% for whatever, Yeah.
But as long as you can start networking everything, this is what happened. This is what I went to sick call for. This is this and this, and you can start building your web.
Yep.
Then that's how you get the bigger percentages.
Yep.
That's what it took me 20 years to learn.
Yep. The more, and then the more evidence and the more evidence and the more evidence you can turn in is just, Yep.
And the biggest thing is getting a nexus letter from a doctor that can connect all the dots together.
Yep.
So they prove, look, this is why he has this condition or she has this condition.
Yep. No, and I go back and forth with that sometimes, because I really feel like I think there are some people who are kind of malingering on it, but it just seems like there's way more people who are genuinely hurt and have these issues, and they just find reasons to not. And it makes it tough. And like you said, you get all these, it takes 20 years to get something that, and some people it takes 20 minutes. And even me, like I was actually medically retired and I had all the packets and they did it for me. And then when I get out 10, 12 years later, I had my packet reviewed by the VSO, and he's like, yeah, you should have been getting this, and you should have been getting this, and you should have been getting all this. And they didn't give you any of these things. And I went through the active duty process to get out. So, I mean, it's a whole different, dealing with the VA, even with professionals, is so tough. And it's so tough, and you just can't give up.
Well, especially back in the 90s where it was frowned upon if you went to sick call.
Yeah.
And all they would give you is the sick call packet, which was Motrin and water.
Yep.
And now they wonder why all of us in our 40s and 50s have stomach problems. Well, it's because you gave us Motrin to eat every day like candy.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. One of mine was I claimed GERD because I have it so bad. And yeah. And they're like, well, you have a history of Motrin, of ibuprofen use. Yeah. You gave it to me. You prescribed it to me for my problems. Yeah. Yeah. It's a fight. It's a process. But like you said, if you keep with it, eventually I think you just kind of, I don't know, maybe they just award you the letter to shut you up and get you to go away. I don't know, but it seems like that persistence is necessary. And like you said, when you have the big piles of evidence, it's hard for them to say no.
Right. And always get a second or third opinion too. Don't just go with what the VA person that's doing the interview or the observation. Always get a second or third opinion, because that can help you out as well.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And I don't know. I another thing that I've seen in my time of going through it, and not for me personally, but if you have the issue, keep being seen for it.
Exactly. Don't let your appointments fall off the grid.
Yep, because they will be like, well, if it's fine, then why didn't you go to your appointment? If you're so bad, why aren't you going to these appointments? Da, 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 da. So yeah,
And that's the way the VA looks at it. If you're not going to your appointments, you must have got better. So we're gonna cut the disability off.
yep. So, God, it's right. Yeah, the VA needs rebuilt from the ground up, 100%. But anyway, I digress. So, how long until you are going to be on the road and we can start sending you to play? TZ, who was on earlier, she lives in New Braunfels, and so she gets everyone down there to play music down there, because apparently that's where everybody wants to end up. So they're in San Antonio. So
Yeah. Up in the Canyon Lake and New Braunfels area is starting to pick up. Groon Hall out near New Braunfels is real big for Texas country artists and things like that.
yeah, you're gonna play there. You're gonna try to.
I one of these days maybe. But plans right now. I'm still trying to build my fan base.
Right. Is there any plans to, like, this summer at all? Kind of start, when school's out. Is there any kind of plans to,
Well, I'm working with my record label, which is called Big Records,
Okay.
and they have some vet stuff going on, and I'm trying to work that out with them. Where if I can get on their ticket, they're doing something up in England and Britain with the Invictus Games and
Okay.
veterans, disabled vets. And then I've also thought about doing maybe doing a VFW tour here in Texas, where I go to different VFW halls.
Yeah, that'd be great. And that's quite that's pretty expansive out there, right? In that part of Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, there's pretty much a VFW hall in every big city.
Yeah.
And even some of the little ones.
There's lots of veterans from Texas though too. They sure line up. So, but as you're going through that, like, are you building a pretty good base of fans already? Do you already have, like, pretty good little, I don't know, groupies that follow you around and hang out with you, or are you still kind of working?
Well, you get, followers like on Facebook with your artist profile, and then you get your Spotify followers, and you get your Apple Music's followers and stuff like that. But you got to think you're only getting point something cents every time somebody streams your song, which is the downfall of digital music instead of buying CDs anymore.
Right.
Because artists used to get, 80 to 90% of a CD they sold. The record company would get a little bit. But now with digital streaming, everything goes to these digital streaming sites like Spotify and Apple. They're the ones making all the money, and they're paying the artists pennies.
Okay.
So as far as that goes, artists are getting screwed over a lot more now.
Right. Yeah, and you don't have any sort of, like, negotiating power either, do you? You kind of take it or leave it, right? If you want to have your music on there, you take whatever you can get. You don't.
Yeah. Rules.
That sucks.
The only time it changes is like if you do have a big record label to help promote you and push you out there.
Okay. But even then, that just pushes your views, right? Do you get a bigger percentage if you're signed to?
You got to think you got more like a social media team and stuff that's helping push your name out there and pushing you up to all the search charts as number one instead of like maybe 100 or whatever you're normally at.
Right. Joey said thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
But so how long have you been on Spotify then? Just the last couple of years or a couple months or?
September of 22 when I released my first song.
Okay. Right. And then you said you're working with your that label. When is your next record coming out?
It's being mixed now in Nashville. So I'm hoping by the end of next month or the beginning of May, it'll be out.
And how many songs are on that one?
It's just one. I usually do a single every 3 to 4 months. That's kind of what radio saturation is. You want a new thing out there every 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Captain Wayne says, I need to start a record label and have Smoke Pit Records. I don't think I quite have that kind of pull yet. Maybe I could get, maybe that could, Get with Sony, maybe we can have
Front
that.
loading rest records would be a little bit better.
Yeah, right.
More people would relate to that.
Absolutely. So this will be the first one that Sony's going to have a part in, though. This one coming
Right.
up. Okay.
Because it's going through my record label now that I joined.
Okay. And then, so how do you have to pay to be in a record label, or how does that work? Do they recruit you, or how does that work?
It's an indie label, so you pay them a percentage up front, and then they start introducing you to all their marketing people, their social media people, and it's more about collaboration and connections than it is like, well, we'll pay you this much, we get this much. It's not like old school record labels and record deals.
Right.
A little bit different.
Right. Well, Joey said, just find what motivates you and do it. Remember, the money's just a byproduct and will come naturally. That's true. Exactly. That's very true. Well, and I think you'll be in a good position too, because you'll be retired from teaching, so you got a little bit of income there. You got your whatever pension coming in. It's not a bad gig to be in then.
Oh no, then I'll be in my golden years.
That they won't. You won't blow your money on like cocaine and stuff or whatever young recording. All the party days are over. I don't know, for some of those people though, like I don't know, because like my dad's a retired teacher, and a lot of his buddies are like going off the rails with stuff that they're doing. I'm like, damn, old people are having fun nowadays. They sure didn't seem to have fun when I was a kid, I guess, but
yeah,
maybe it's just more fun now that I'm older too.
Yeah, our generation is getting up there.
Yeah, they are.
And that's kind of what my new song is about. It's called 80s Child, where I reflect on all the stuff we used to do compared to what like the kids do nowadays. So.
Yeah. Where do you when you go to, what's your process for writing a song?
Basically, I'll either have kind of a theme that I want to make a song around, or like this newest one that I did. I was just sitting there one day and all of a sudden this little earworm jumped in my head where I was like, kind of humming a melody. And then I started figuring out words to rhyme while fitting within that rhythm melody.
Okay.
And that's kind of how this one came about.
Okay.
So, I mean, inspiration can pop up at 4:30 in the morning when you're just sitting there.
Right. But you don't sit down to write a song, right? Or do you do that, or does it just kind of pop in and you kind of jot it down quick, or is it?
For me, it kind of pops in, and like the main, I guess the hook of most songs, what grabs the audience, that's what I always try to find first, is like the chorus or the hook.
Okay.
And build the rest of the song around it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never tried to write a song, but I don't know, I've tried to write stories in my time, and I've just never been able to. Even when I have the idea of what I want it to go, it always seems to just fall apart. So I'm always
country music is just stories set to music.
That's true.
The country, that's why old school country was real popular. Whereas nowadays, like I said, the bromance is really no story there. It's just
right.
Kind of almost like mumble rappers. Oh yeah, just whatever they can do to make the words rhyme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems to be the crux of it anymore, and I don't really care for that stuff. But that's, I don't know, not on me, I guess. So that's part of, I guess, you know what though, that is the nice part about music, is you don't have to, there's enough selection for people. And for some people, they really like that stuff. My 16-year-old daughter loves the shit out of that kind of country. I can't stand it, but that's me. Maybe someday.
I look at it this way. As an artist, do what makes you happy, try stuff, see what works, what doesn't work. It doesn't mean I have to listen to it.
Right. Exactly.
But it doesn't mean I'm going to slam you for at least trying, Well, I mean, look at all the controversy around Beyonce now releasing country songs.
Right.
If she wants to do that, that's fine, but doesn't mean it appeals to me and what I want to listen to.
Right.
So, I mean, as an artist, go for it.
Right. And I think that's the term that more people need to use, as artist. And because there is a certain amount of art to it. And, it's not like it doesn't have to be compartmentalized. It doesn't have to be in a box. You know what I mean? It's not like everything has to be in this little, and that's the good part about it is you can, and because I'm sure there's people who are like, oh man, you listen to old man country. Yeah, well, I like my old man country, and this is what I want to listen to. So it's, I don't know, we kind of give each other shit, but everyone can enjoy what they want to enjoy, and it's the same with any other art medium, whether it be paintings or photography or whatever. People like what they like, and they, you can appreciate the art in something else. I have a hard time appreciating the art in your mumble country rap stuff. I
Right.
You know what I mean? It sounds like something a drunk person getting thrown down the stairs is kind of what some of that stuff sounds like to me. But hey, maybe that's why people like it. I don't know.
That's what they think they like nowadays. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Cat Wayne says, I found that playing an acoustic guitar right when you wake up can create some interesting things. Huh. Yeah. That's it. And painting stuff helps too, just whatever pops in my head. That's
exactly freestyling.
Yep. And I think that's one thing that I've noticed. We've talked on this program some about like different releases people have for things like PTSD and any stress really, but that's one we kind of focus on around here. But like I build model airplanes. You know what I mean? But there's everyone's kind of got these weird, I'm not gonna say weird, but like things that they do to release that stress. You know what I mean? And I think art in all of its forms is a good way to, one, be creative, but two, kind of wake up that portion of the mind. I think that when people suffer from things like PTSD or any sort of trauma or really stress in their lives, that's one of the first things that goes is that art center of the brain. Everyone becomes very, egocentric, and it's hard to, a little bit of painting or a little bit of music or a little bit of art in all of its forms helps kind of pull you out of that dark spot, I guess.
Right. And I can say I'm living proof that I've used it that way before to get me out of some funks I've been in before.
Right.
If it wouldn't have been for music, I really don't know what I would have done with my life. I sure wouldn't have went into the military, and I sure wouldn't have got 2 degrees. So it's one of those things. Find what makes you happy and do it.
Right. Well, and you're in such a great spot too, because now you can share that process with kids every day at school, and you can share your art with people on the internet, and hopefully, grow this into something that it flowers into something bigger. But that's just great. I love that story. You know what I mean? That you can, it's just an extension, and you're passing that on. And, you said at the beginning of the interview, you were hoping to, leave a legacy and leave these, but you've done that for your whole life. And that's awesome. That's great. That's fantastic. And I'm so happy that you can do that. And I hope that more people listening or watching this later or whatever can do the same thing and can find something to help other people with,
It's the same principle that I use in my teaching. If I can just reach one person, then I've done my job, because you never know what kind of door you can open in their mind, and then they teach the next person, and they teach the next person, or reach the next person. So the whole point is so we can just save each other. Art is the truest form of humanity we have.
Right.
If we lose our art or our artistic ways, then what point is there?
Well, and I don't know about your district, but I know a lot of districts around here are they were on a push for a while, and it seemed like things like the arts and humanities classes were the ones that were suffering.
Yeah, they save the sports and they usually cut the arts, the fine arts.
Yeah.
Which I think it should be the totally opposite.
Now, and I don't know about where you're at, but here, and I've got daughters in high school, and it almost seems like the popular kids are the artists, are the people that are in our school. It's the jazz band, the swing choir, and a cappella.
Right.
Those.
I look at it as this way, because we teach kids to be more responsible, to be on, basically just like a drill sergeant and a basic trainee. We teach them to be on time, where to be, what time to be, what to have, what materials, how to march, 8 to 5 steps, just like in the military. So it's like I'm a drill sergeant every day I go to work. So kind of both of my professions have fed into each other.
Yeah. But I know here and I know Texas and football is probably a whole different, but our team can barely get enough kids to play. And there's, basketball, like I think they had like 11 people try out for basketball. But they had so many people for the play. They like acapella is they're kicking people out of that. They're saying no, you can't be. They've created other groups, but like the top stuff, like there's too many kids trying to be in these things, applying for it or trying out for it or whatever. It's almost like that switch. It's almost like when we were kids, like the nerds, you know what I mean? We're like, no, you got to play football to be now that's what the unpopular kids do. So probably not quite the same where you're at, but
at the school I'm at, most of your salutatorians and valedictorians are from one of the fine arts. We had several that were in the band several years ago.
Yeah.
That were the top kids and all their grade, GPA and everything. And a lot of colleges now, they recruit kids that are in band for specialized jobs, especially like medicine, doctors and stuff. They want to make sure you were in band or something, so they know you work well with others and can keep your grades up under stress.
Right. Well, and that's my daughter. She got a bunch of scholarships just for being in the marching band and having for her like a cappella stuff and whatever. And they have when they do like the all-state choir and all that stuff, she got like a $5,000 scholarship for being all-state choir. Like,
that's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's nice to see that next level appreciate that as much as, the kids do. It's exciting to me. And I don't know, my daughter who plays soccer, she's not going to get a scholarship. I love her to death, but the chances of her getting a scholarship are way out there. She played oboe in middle school. Should have kept with it. Maybe she'd get a scholarship.
Yeah, she would have got a big scholarship. Heck, she would have got a instant promotion to E6 in some of the specialty bands in the military if she would have went as an oboe player.
Well, maybe she'll pick it back up. She's got it 2 years. Maybe she can pick it back up, and she would not do well in the Army. I love my daughter. She would not do well with the military. She does fine with soccer and coaches, but as soon as one gets a little bit mean, she's my firecracker. She doesn't listen well. So, but anyway, so I put your social media stuff in the chats. I'll do it again here for everybody.
And I just sent you an email with my MP3.
Yep, and I downloaded that. And over the break, we will play that. We'll play your song 22 for the break. And thank you so much for that. I'll keep that in my playlist here, and we'll have it as a regular on the show. I really do appreciate that. Cat Wayne says, "Hope all works out for you, Daniel. We have similar basic feelings and needs as humans. Music is one of many universal languages." And I think
look at it as it is the ultimate universal language. No matter who you are, you can feel or see music or hear music. I mean, I did a project one time when I was in college that all sound vibrations make music. And so we actually got samples of what the planets rotating sounded like. And we put it together, and it sounds like needles scratching on a thing, but even the universe makes music.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing that we're hardwired into it. I mean, you think you got a big bass drum right here in the middle of your chest that's keeping you alive every day. So our bodies are made for music. I mean, nobody can go through life without listening to something.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
I love it. That's great. You should record that, and then that could be like your background for the next show. Well, I really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us. I really do appreciate it. I said your social again, Dan Wesley White on TikTok, Dan White 267 on YouTube, and at Dan Wesley White 1995.
Right. And then danwesleywhite.com is the webpage.
Yep. So yeah, absolutely. Everyone go check him out. Grab his stuff, and I will play his song 22 this break. And please look him up. So Daniel, thank you so much for coming on tonight. And next time your stuff comes out, shoot me an email with your new stuff too, and I'll add that in my playlist. Okay. Absolutely. And we'll get you back on sometime too if you get some more stuff. It'd be great.
No problem.
So, yep. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on. I'm going to transition us out to a break. Unless you got anything else you want to say quick?
No, that's about it.
All right. Well, thanks so much. And I'll be back here in the next, let's see, that song is 3 minutes or 4 minutes and 42 seconds. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. So everyone, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in a few minutes. Shots. Hey everybody, we're back. That was our guest Dan Wesley White. That was his song 22. So please go check him out on all the stuff. Yeah, it was great having him on. And TZ left me all by myself. But yeah, to extend that conversation, I really do. There are so many ways that we can, as individuals, find releases, and I hope that everyone does that. I know, like for me, this show is part of a release. So yeah. Just be careful having an accidental release, because sometimes that can cost you about $650 a month till the kid turns 18. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to add or subtract or anything from tonight's show. It was a good show, and I really do appreciate Daniel for coming on, and it was a good time, good interview. Let's see. I didn't pull this up because I thought Taryn was going to do it, and she bailed on me. So hold on, I don't know guest and everything coming up. I'd be lying if I try to say I did. It's not that one. I had a tab open with the stuff. With the stuff. It's not that one. I'll just close that. Oh, that's junk. Oh, is this one? I already have that one up. I'm really bad at this job tonight. I'm really sorry. Really do apologize to everybody for being bad at this. All right. Cut sheet. There we go. Cut sheet. So, Pop Culture Warrior on 4/2, Orlando Jones. That's a guest on Pop Culture Warrior, Mr. Orlando Jones. And I just clicked a link and nothing's happening because why should it happen? But Pop Culture Warrior's guest next week. And then so that's the only guest I show coming up anytime soon. I know we have gotten email after email after email about all these guests were coming on. We have a lot of guests coming up on all the shows in the next couple weeks. Apparently just nobody has confirmed yet. So hopefully, CQ always has a bunch of good guests on. I'm really looking forward to it. I got Mom sent me an email saying we're going to be getting a bunch of guests. So I'm excited about it. Anyway, so that was a lot of work for nothing. Sorry. But next week we'll be here. We are back every week, every Wednesday. And I'm really excited about the prospect of that. And I'm happy about it. I'm happy to be back bigger and better than ever. So, well, you have been listening to me, Radar, and our guest, Dan Wesley White, singer and songwriter from the great state of Texas. And his song 22 we just played, and that'll be part of our playlist. Tomorrow is Sergeant's Time. Happens every Thursday with Ice and Spanky, talking all things sergeanting, big Army, National Guard, Reserve, retiree, all kinds of stuff. So check them out. It's good show. Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday is Friday Night Freedom with Cause. I think Mom's filling in for a little bit, so it'll be exciting. I'm excited for that one. Saturday, so Dawn's a day of no Spanky activities. We will all be hanging out with our families and friends and doing whatnots and what have yous. So please get some mental health time in. Spend some time with your friends and family. Enjoy it. Sunday, the Sports Bar, the King Smith and Coach. I'll be talking about some sportsing stuff, maybe some March Madness stuff going on. Hopefully everyone's brackets are still holding tough. But they're talking about that. NBA starting to get into some playoff stuff. I'm sure that they will be busy, plenty of stuff to talk about. And Major League Baseball is starting soon. Shh. This is one of the busiest, this is one of the best times of the year for sports, except for no football. Anyway, that'll be them on Sunday night. Monday, the Monday edition, aptly named because it's an edition that happens every Monday. Ice will be there. Massey will be there, talking about all cool things, some current event stuff that will be keeping you up to date, probably with Indecision 2024. I stole that from The Daily Show, and they can suck it. But it's right. It's the dumpster fire, man. The dumpster fire of an election, and I'm so sorry that this is what we have to deal with. And before anybody fucking fires some shit off about fucking Robert Kennedy Jr., that dude's fucking crazy too. Give us somebody who's not crazy. We're not going to get into that tonight. Maybe next week. Maybe next week we'll go off on politics. I don't think Taryn's equipped for that. We'll see. Tuesday, Pop Culture Warrior, CQ, and one of his harem of co-hosts. I don't even know if he's locked in on somebody yet. I don't know. I'm so bad about this game. But he'll have a guest. That'll be happening, allegedly. And then next Wednesday is back with me, Radar, and TZ should be here for the Smoke Pit again next week. So I really want to thank everybody for being here and for showing up and hanging out week after week. I really do appreciate it. And we will see everybody again next week right here. Same bat time, same bat channel right here. I really appreciate everyone coming out. We will do an outro with some Turnpike Troubadours. Thanks everybody for being here. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.